Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry it's been a few days since I posted a review, or it's been a little bit, because I've been in the process of moving. I've been packing up a lot of my stuff, packing up movies and everything like that, and so I've been pretty busy. Um, Pretty much just left out movies that I had planned on reviewing or seeing in the next month, because next month is when I'm moving. But I figured I'd throw a review up for this movie I just checked out like 2 or 3 nights ago. That's Godzilla on 4K. This is the 1998 version with Matthew Broderick, and uh, yeah, it's universally hated pretty much. And I remember I went to theaters way back in the day and saw this, and I remember really digging it. I remember being hugely hyped up. I remember there being a cartoon series to go along with it. I remember the toys. I remember I had a pillowcase of this Godzilla thing. I remember this was like the shit back then. And this was back then when a movie came out in theaters. It was in theaters for a while, and then it wasn't like a year, maybe a year and a half before the VHS would finally come out on video. So when something came out big blockbuster like back then, it was a lot different than what a blockbuster is now. For example, the Godzilla that came out 2 years ago, I mean, that was pretty short-lived. It was hyped up like a month before it came out, and then the Blu-ray came out 3 months after, and then after that, you don't hear much of it. Where this, I remember this was like popular with people I was in school with for like a year, 2 years. Like it had, it was one of those kind of things. So like years later, when I remember hearing and reading that it was universally hated, I was shocked because I remember specifically back then, people, I mean, I was younger, were really digging this movie. And I remember buying the VHS, and I haven't seen it since the VHS days, so I probably haven't seen this since 1999, 2000. And I kind of forgot about it. I saw it was being released on 4K, so I was like, I gotta get it. I just gotta support it. I try to support 4K format as much as I can. I try to get anything that I'm remotely interested in on 4K just to support it. And they're usually pretty good at putting these catalog titles at reasonable prices for 4K. I mean, I think most of them are like 15, $20. I remember Alien when it came out was $14.99 on 4K, and it looks beautiful. So, but yeah, back to this. It's typical Godzilla. I don't got to get into the story. I'm sure everyone's seen this. They changed a lot of stuff. Basically, they made Godzilla look like a big lizard, and a lot of people didn't like it. And I gotta say, the movie doesn't hold up for me. I thought it was really dragged towards the middle. Like the first half hour, 45 minutes were cool, but after a while it just gets repetitive. Just, I don't know. It just didn't have the same effect on me. It was cool seeing it for nostalgic purposes. Like it did bring me back to that time when I was watching this and enjoyed it. So I'm glad I have it just for the nostalgic purpose of it. And it does have some fun moments in it. And so shockingly, a lot of the effects still do hold up. There's a lot of effects though that do look dated. Like I think when he's running through the city and all that, it just doesn't look as good. And yeah, this movie was just one that I don't know, it's hard to talk about because it's like I got the nostalgic glasses on, and I want to like it, but realistically, about halfway through, it runs out of movie and it's kind of just dragging. And there's some cool ideas like when it comes to the eggs and all that, but realistically, it's like a Jurassic Park ripoff. Like this was put into production basically because Jurassic Park did so good. So Godzilla's basically looks like a dinosaur, and it has similar things to Jurassic Park. So it is what it is. The movie's universally hated, so I cannot recommend it because I personally did not really enjoy it, but I just have a nostalgic quality for it. So basically, if you grew up with it and you liked it back then, I'd say get it for the nostalgic factor. But I mean, if you like the new Godzilla and you would have only picked this up to kind of get ready for the new Godzilla that's coming out, I mean, I'd say probably rent it or try to find it free first, and if you dig it, I guess buy it. But yeah, that's my review for Godzilla. And also the picture quality, I guess I gotta get into that too. The picture quality looked pretty decent. A lot of it was kind of soft. It was whatever, nothing really too standoutish. There's some cool scenes at the beginning during the daylight that the HDR looks good. Most of the movies at night and like really fast through CGI City and all that. So stuff does stick out like that a little bit. But what really shocked me though was the rain in this. Like there's a lot of scenes where you see the rain, and the 4K really pops with the rain. So there are some scenes that look really good in the 4K. and this is the best this movie has ever looked, for sure. Probably ever will look, but yeah. Not much really more I could say. I'm honestly shocked they released this on 4K, but still pretty cool nonetheless. But yeah, anyways, guys, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.